Hello, this is a demonstration of how to install SAP HANA Rules Framework to your HANA server. HRF is installed from the SAP Service Marketplace. The latest version of the SAP HANA Appliance software, unless stated differently in the release note, needs to be installed to the server prior to an HRF install. The install of HANA is outside of the agenda of this video. First of all, you navigate to the SAP support portal to download the HRF software. This is most easily accomplished by searching for HRF in the A to Z index. If I scroll down the page, I can find SAP HANA Rules Framework. Choose the latest version of HRF to download to your local machine. As of April 2015, this is version SP03. Once downloaded, you will need to expand the zip file so that you can access the HRF delivery unit. The delivery unit file is hco rule fw.tgz. You can also download the latest version of the HRF installation and upgrade guide from the support portal. At this time, the current version of this document is SPS 03. Now you can use HANA Studio to install SAP HANA Rules Framework. First, you need to make a connection to the system where you wish to install HRF. So I need to supply a host name, an instance number, a description, and then also a username and password. Once you connect to the system, you need to add an administrator privilege to execute the SAP Lifecycle Manager that will perform the HRF install. I can do this by opening Security, Users, double-clicking System, and from the Granted Roles menu, I select the Lifecycle Manager role Administrator. This privilege is saved by selecting the green arrow in HANA Studio. The install procedure I will show you here is documented in the HRF install and upgrade guide that you have already downloaded. The instructions in this video start from section 8. Which is the section deploying the SAP HANA Rules Framework Delivery Unit. This document provides more details and options than I will cover in this video. You can now open SAP Lifecycle Manager in a browser. It is recommended that you use Google Chrome. It is easy to extract the URL you require from the install guide and modify the generalized text in order to reference your desired server and port number. You can log into the Lifecycle Manager using the same credentials you connected to the server in HANA Studio with. Once loaded, select the Delivery Unit tile. And the Import tab. We can now browse for the TGZ file that we downloaded earlier. By selecting the Import button, SAP HANA Rules Framework will be installed to the HANA system. Make sure that the notification bar messages at the bottom of the screen state that the import finished and did not encounter errors. SAP HANA Rules Framework is now installed to your server. You can check this by finding the SAP HRF schema that was added to your system. There are a number of upgrade configuration settings that need to be performed. These configurations do differ depending upon the HANA support package that you have installed. I will show you the upgrade configurations for HANA SPS 09. The HRF installation and upgrade guide provides instructions of how to upgrade other HANA versions. The first thing to do is to enable the HRF runtime plugin so that activation of resources can be performed within HANA Studio. It is easiest to extract the entries required from the install and upgrade guide. You need to execute the runtime plugin upgrade SQL taken from the guide from a SQL command window. Before you can do this though, you need to give permissions to the system user to the SAP HRF schema. Now if I go back to my SQL console, I can execute. I now need to navigate to the repository entry for the system itself. I do this by going to Configuration and Monitoring and Open Administration. On the Configuration tab, I open indexserver.ini and scroll down to the repository entry. I can now add new parameters. I can take these parameters from the install guide. I must now restart the HANA system to enable the plugin. The next step is to create the HRF roles that can be assigned to users of HRF. These roles dictate which HRF features will become available to different personas, such as administrator, rule viewer, or rule consumer. These roles can be set up by again extracting the SQL statements from the document and executing them in HANA Studio as I have previously shown you. If we open the system user again, we can now see those generated roles. The final stage of the install procedure is to enable a user to access the HRF Launchpad. I will demonstrate this for the system user, but you can add the roles and Launchpad access to your own selected users. In granted roles, I can now look for the Site Designer role. This privilege allows the user to work within the HRF Fiori Launchpad. The procedure detailed in this video and described in the Install and Upgrade Guide will successfully install SAP HANA Rules Framework. Please look out for the next video we have planned that will describe how to install the SAP HANA Rules Framework modelling tools. Thank you for viewing this video. I hope it has been useful to you.